If Bernie Sanders actually cared about Palestinian lives, you would hear him call it a genocide and not call it a war. You would hear Bernie Sanders criticize the state of Israel and not the Netanyahu government. You would hear him explain to us with the same fervor that he gives in his rallies criticizing Trump that the root of the Palestinian suffering, the root of this 76-year-long Nakba has nothing to do with Israel's security situation, nothing to do with their neighbors, nothing to do with Hamas, the Palestinian resistance, nothing to do with the situations in Gaza, within Israel, or the West Bank. It is Zionism that is the root of the problem, the systems that Zionism has created within the state of Israel. You would never hear him equate the violence of the oppressed to the violence of the oppressors. We know that the responsibility of violence lays on the oppressor who sets the standard of violence with the systems they put onto the oppressed population that brew this violence. Yesterday, Bernie's team posted a clip of him equating the violence of the oppressed to the oppressors. He explains that the leaders of Hamas, the Palestinian resistance, were just as criminal as that of Netanyahu and his cabinet of terrorists. The other day, I published another video about Bernie Sanders explaining to you guys how he is a liberal Zionist. He serves the population fake solutions that don't address the root of the problem, which is Zionism. And so a few people have been DMing me videos of Bernie Sanders being like, look at him, he's really good, but he's not. He does not actually care about Palestinian lives, and it is quite obvious when you analyze what he is saying and what he is doing. Bernie acts as the Democrats' sheepdog, making you think, you know, there are some good Democrat leaders, even though Bernie is not technically a Democrat, he caucuses with them, but he is arm in arm with other Democrats in the party, trying to promote them. He is a pressure valve for the American people to vent their frustration, such as when he presents arms embargo bills in the Senate, which, sure, I applaud him for. But they're never going to pass, and he knows that. Maybe Bernie's moral flaws and co-opted rhetoric he uses in his messaging comes from the fact that when he was in his 20s, he lived on stolen Palestinian land on a Jewish kibbutz where he practiced his form of socialism. He said before, I believe, that the politics he practices now are rooted in the lessons in politics he learned in that kibbutz. If we get this video big enough, somebody on his team, somebody might send this to him and he'll see it. And he must know that he needs to start calling it genocide. He needs to stop equating the violence of the oppressed to that of the oppressors. And he needs to criticize the state of Israel. He needs to criticize Zionism and not just the contemporary Netanyahu government that has little to do with the root of the issue. I'm nearing the end of day 2 of my hunger strike in solidarity with the Palestinians that Israel has been starving in Gaza for 72 days. And I'm raising money to do this, and we've almost raised $20,000, and I really encourage you guys to contribute your part, or if not, share this video out there, or share some of my other videos about this strike, as well as a fundraiser. Thank you, and free Palestine.